Admiral Do-hyun Park stood at the large window of Earth Space Station 1. His hands were behind his back as he looked at the giant alien ship. It had appeared 3 days ago and stayed silent until now. "Admiral, they're calling again," said the young officer at the communication desk. Do-hyun nodded. "Put them on screen." The main screen lit up. A being with blue-gray skin and 4 eyes looked at them. Do-hyun had seen this alien yesterday too. It called itself a messenger of the Galactic Council. "Is your world ready to meet the Council?" the alien asked. "We are," Do-hyun said. Earth's nations had talked for 2 days straight. They had picked Do-hyun to speak for all humans because he had both military rank and diplomat training. "A ship will come for you in 1 hour," the alien said. Then the screen went dark. Do-hyun turned to his team. "This is it. The first real meeting with aliens who run most of the galaxy, according to them." "Sir, do you think they come in peace?" asked Captain Mirayun. Do-hyun looked at the giant ship again. It was bigger than any city on Earth. Its shape was like nothing humans had built. They could have attacked already if they wanted to. "Let's hope they want to talk." 1 hour later, Do-hyun and 3 others sat in a small shuttle heading to the alien mothership. With him were Dr. Jin-Ho Kwon, Earth's top scientist, Ta-Yang Cho, a diplomat who spoke 7 Earth languages, and Captain Myray, who was there for security. "Look at the size of that thing," whispered Jin-Ho as they got closer. "Their technology must be hundreds of years ahead of ours." The shuttle entered a large opening in the side of the ship. They landed in a huge room with many other small ships. Some looked like they were from very different worlds. When the door opened, the air felt strange but breathable. A tall, thin alien waited for them. "Follow," it said in perfect English. They walked through long hallways. Do-hyun noticed they passed aliens of at least 5 different kinds. Some walked on 2 legs like humans. Others moved in ways he had never seen before. Finally, they reached a large round room. In the center was a table with 7 seats. In each seat sat a different kind of alien. They all looked at the humans with cold eyes. "The representatives of Earth," announced their guide. The alien in the middle seat stood up. It was tall with skin that looked like stone and eyes that glowed yellow. "I am Counselor Xath," it said. "I speak for the Galactic Council that rules over 3,000 star systems." Do-hyun stepped forward. "I am Admiral Do-hyun Park. I represent Earth and humanity. We are honored to make contact with your civilization." Xath made a sound that might have been a laugh. "Honor has nothing to do with this meeting. We have watched your kind for many years. Your planet has now reached the point where we must deal with you." "Deal with us?" asked Ta-Yang, stepping forward. "We hope to learn from you and share." "Silence," said another council member, this one with tentacles where a face should be. "You do not understand your position. You are not here as equals." Xath nodded. "Your world has resources we need. Your species has potential that might be useful. You will serve the council now." Do-hyun felt cold. This wasn't a friendly meeting between worlds. It was something else. "Serve? In what way?" he asked carefully. "The council demands tribute from all developing worlds," Xath said. "Resources, specimens, and obedience. In return, we allow your continued existence." The room went quiet. Do-hyun looked at his team. Their faces showed the same shock he felt. "This is not a request," Xath continued. "This is how the galaxy works. The Council has kept order for 10,000 years. Your world will now take its proper place." Do-hyun stood straight, trying to hide his anger. "Our world will need to discuss this demand." "You have 7 Earth days," Xath said. "Then we require your answer and your first tribute payment." Do-hyun knew this was the start of humanity's greatest challenge. But he also knew humans did not give up easily. "We will return with our answer," he said. President Hae-Nyul Kim looked at the faces around the large table. Leaders from every major country on Earth sat in the emergency meeting room under Seoul. The air felt heavy. No one spoke as Admiral Du Hyun finished his report about the meeting with the Galactic Council. "So they want our resources," said the Russian president. "How much?" Du Hyun pressed a button. A list appeared on the big screen. 30% of all rare minerals, 20% of Earth's fresh water, 10% of plant and animal species, 5,000 humans each year for research. "This is not a trade deal," Du Hyun said. "This is robbery." Hanul stood up. At 52, she was one of the youngest world leaders, but today she looked older. "What happens if we say no?" Do Hyun looked down. "They showed me records of other planets that refused. Those worlds are gone now." The room went quiet again. "How much time do we have?" asked the Indian Prime Minister. 4 more days, said Du Hyun. "They want an answer and the first payment by then." General Ji Woo Lee, head of Earth's new joint military force, stood up next. "I say we fight. Humans do not become slaves." "With what?" asked the Chinese president. "Their smallest ships are bigger than our aircraft carriers. Their weapons can probably destroy cities. We need to know more about them," Haenul said. She turned to Dr. Yin Seo Song, who sat quietly at the end of the table. "Doctor, what have you learned?" Yin Seo was the head of Earth's top science team. She had been studying the alien ship for 3 days. "Their technology is at least 500 years ahead of ours," she said, "but we found something interesting. They use a type of energy we don't understand yet, but our sensors show it has limits. Their big ship used a lot of power just to get here." "What does that tell us?" asked Honul. "It means they're strong, but not gods," Yin Seo said. "And they want our resources because they need them. They're not just taking them because they can." Do Hyun nodded. "When I was on their ship, I noticed something else. They seemed worried about time. They kept talking about their schedule and other systems they need to visit." Hanul thought for a moment. "So they're in a hurry. They have power, but not unlimited power, and they want what we have." She looked at everyone around the table. "We need more information and a plan." General Ji Woo pointed to the map on the wall. "I've moved our best ships to these points. If they attack, we can at least try to fight back. And I have my team looking for any weakness in their ships," said Yun Seo. "What about other planets they visit?" asked the Brazilian president. "Can we contact them?" Do Hyun shook his head. "The council controls all space communication. At least, that's what they told us." Hanul looked out the window at the night sky. Somewhere up there, the alien ship waited for Earth's answer. "We need to buy time," she said finally. "Admiral Du Hyun, go back tomorrow. Tell them we're preparing their tribute, but we need more days to collect everything." "And then what?" asked Jiwoo. "Then we find a way to fight back," said Hanul. "Because I will not give them 5,000 people a year. I will not let them take our water and resources until Earth is empty. We need a plan that gives humanity a chance." Do Hyun nodded. "There might be another way. When I was on their ship, I saw other aliens who didn't seem happy. I think some of them might be from planets that already pay tribute. Possible allies?" asked Hanul. "Maybe," said Du Hyun. "But we need a way to talk to them without the council knowing." As the meeting continued into the night, no one noticed the young engineer who sat quietly in the back. Soo Bin Choi had been invited because she worked on Earth's communication systems. As she listened, an idea began to form in her mind. An idea that might give humanity a chance against the Galactic Council. "I might have a way," she said softly, but no one heard her yet. Tomorrow, she would make them listen. Soo Bin Choi waited outside the meeting room door. For 2 hours, world leaders had been talking. She held a black folder tight in her hands. Inside was something that might save Earth. Finally, the door opened. People walked out looking tired and worried. "Admiral Do Hyun," Soo Bin called. "I need to talk to you." Do Hyun looked at the young engineer. "Can it wait? We're very busy." "No, sir. It can't wait." Su Bin stood straight. I have something important. About the aliens. Do Hyun sighed but waved her inside. President Hae Newell was still there with General Jiwoo and Dr. Yun Seo. Who is this? Asked Hae Newell. Su Bin Choi, Madam President. I work in the quantum lab. Su Bin put her folder on the table. I think I know how we can fight back. Jiwoo laughed. With what? Sticks and stones against their space weapons. With this. Su Bin opened the folder and showed them a design. Project Athena. We've been working on it for 3 years. Dr. Yun Seo looked at the papers. Her eyes got wide. This is quantum communication. But it's just theory. Not anymore, said Su Bin. We made it work last month. We can send messages instantly. No delay. No signal that can be blocked or found. Do Hyun looked confused. How does this help us? Su Bin pointed to a star map. The council ships use normal space signals. We saw them sending messages, but our quantum system is different. They don't have it. Are you sure? Asked Hae Newell. Yes. When they showed Admiral Do Hyun their technology list, quantum linking wasn't on it. They don't know we have it. President Hae Newell leaned forward. So we can talk without them listening. Yes, said Su Bin. And more. We can put small quantum links on their ship. Then we can talk to other planets they visit. Do Hyun's eyes lit up. The tribute planets. We could contact them. How fast can you make these? Links? Asked Jiwoo. Su Bin smiled. We already made 50. They're very small. Like a button. Hae Newell stood up and walked to the window. The alien ship was visible in the night sky, a new star that didn't belong. So we have one advantage, she said. One thing they don't know about. It might be enough, said Do Hyun. If we can talk to other planets, maybe we can work together. But first we need to buy time, said Hae Newell. She turned to face the group. Tomorrow, Admiral Do Hyun and Tai Yang will go back to the council ship. They will act like we're going to pay tribute. While they're there, they'll place the quantum links, added Su Bin. Jiwoo looked worried. The council will see them. No, said Su Bin. The links look like normal buttons. We can put them on their uniforms. Do Hyun thought about the alien ships he had seen in the council hangar. If I can put links near those other ships, we might be able to talk to their crews. Hae Newell nodded. We need to know if these other species are willing to help us, or at least tell us more about the council. And what do we tell the council? Asked Jiwoo. They expect tribute in 3 days. Hae Newell was quiet for a long moment. Everyone waited for her answer. We tell them no, she said finally. But we don't say it yet. First, we learn everything we can. Then we place the quantum links. Then we prepare our defenses. And then? Asked Do Hyun. Hae Newell's face looked hard in the dim light. Then we tell them that Earth will not pay tribute. Not now. Not ever. They'll attack, said Jiwoo. Maybe, said Hae Newell. But humans don't surrender without a fight. And thanks to Su Bin, we have a secret weapon they don't know about. Su Bin felt proud, but also scared. Her invention might be Earth's only hope. What if this doesn't work? Asked Dr. Yun Seo. Hae Newell looked at each person in the room. Then we go down in history as the people who tried to save Earth. But I think we have a chance. A small one, but a chance. Do Hyun nodded. One word. That's all we need to say to them finally. What word? Asked Su Bin. No, said Hae Newell. Just no. Do Hyun and Tai Yang sat in the small shuttle going up to the council ship. Neither man spoke. In Do Hyun's pocket were 10 small quantum links that looked like shirt buttons. Tai Yang had 10 more. Are you scared? Tai Yang asked finally. Do Hyun nodded. Yes, but also ready. The shuttle docked in the bay hangar. The same tall alien met them and took them through the ship. Do Hyun looked carefully at everything. He needed to put the links in good places. When they reached a waiting room, The alien left them alone. Now, whispered Do-hyun. He took out one small link and stuck it under a seat. Tai Yang did the same with another chair. The council will see you now, said a new alien at the door. They followed it to the big round room with the 7 council members. Do-hyun saw Sath in the middle seat again. The alien's yellow eyes looked angry. You are late, said Sath. Where is your tribute? Do-hyun stepped forward. We need more time to collect everything you asked for. Earth has many different countries. It's not easy to. Silence, said another council member. We gave you 7 days. That was enough. Tai Yang moved beside Do-hyun. Please understand. We want to give you what you asked for. But we need 10 more days. Sath made a low sound. 10 more days. And then what? More delays. No, said Do-hyun. Just 10 days. Then we will have your first tribute ready. As they talked, Do-hyun saw a small alien cleaning the floor near the wall. It looked sad. The alien wore a vest with many pockets. Carefully, Do-hyun moved that way. 10 days is too long, said Sath. 5 days. No more. Thank you, said Tai Yang quickly. 5 days is good. Do-hyun pretended to stumble. He fell against the small alien. I'm sorry, he said, helping the alien up. As he did, he slipped a quantum link into one of the vest pockets. Sath stood up. This meeting is over. In 5 days, bring the tribute to this ship. If you fail, we will take what we want anyway. Do-hyun and Tai Yang bowed and left the room. On the way back to the hangar, they passed other aliens. Some looked strong and proud. Others looked weak and afraid. Do-hyun guessed the afraid ones were from tribute worlds. Near the hangar, they saw 3 aliens loading boxes onto a small ship. The boxes had Earth writing on them. They're already taking things from Earth, whispered Tai Yang. And those aliens look like workers, not soldiers, said Do-hyun. When no one was looking, Do-hyun dropped 2 more links near the worker ship. By the time they reached their shuttle, they had placed 15 links around the council ship. Back on Earth, Subin waited in a room full of computers. When Do-hyun and Tai Yang returned, she turned on the quantum receiver. Let's see if they work, she said. The screen stayed dark for a moment. Then it lit up with different signals. We're connected. I can see all 15 links. President Hae-Newell came into the room. Did it work? Yes, said Subin. Now we can listen to the council and maybe talk to other tribute planets. Hae-Newell nodded. Good, because we have 5 days to learn everything we can before we give them our real answer. For the next 2 days, the quantum links sent information. Earth learned many things about the council. They weren't as strong as they claimed. Their ships needed a special fuel that was getting hard to find. And the tribute planets were not happy. We know enough now, said Hae-Newell on the 3rd day. She looked at the people in the room. It's time to decide. Do we pay tribute and live as slaves, or do we fight? General Ji-woo stood tall. I say we fight. Even if we might lose, asked Hae-Newell. Even then, said Do-hyun. But I don't think we'll lose. Not if we use what we've learned. Hae-Newell looked at each face in the room. Then she nodded. Send the message to the council. Tell them we're ready to give our answer. And what is our answer? Asked Tai Yang. Hae-Newell smiled. It wasn't a happy smile. It was the smile of someone ready for a fight. One word, she said. Subin didn't sleep for 3 days. She worked in a big room under Seoul with 50 other engineers. They made thousands of tiny quantum links. Will this really work? Asked Minho, one of the other engineers. Subin looked at the star map on the wall. It has to. Do-hyun came into the room. He looked tired too. The council expects our answer tomorrow. Are you ready? Subin nodded. We have 3,000 links, and the system is working. Look. She pointed to a screen showing signals from the links on the council ship. We can hear them, but they can't hear us. What about the other part? Asked Do-hyun. Soo-bin smiled. That's ready too. But it's not tested. We don't know if other species will help us. They will, said Do-hyun. I saw their faces on that ship. They hate the Council as much as we do. President Hae-nul and General Ji-woo entered the room. Everyone stood up. Sit, please, said Hae-nul. Tell me what you've learned. Soo-bin showed her the data from the quantum links. The Council visits 20 tribute planets every month. They take resources from each one, but they're not as strong as they want us to think. How many ships do they have? Asked Ji-woo. About 200 big ones, said Soo-bin. But most are old, and they need a special fuel that's getting hard to find. That's why they want our resources, said Do-hyun. They're desperate. Hae-nul looked at the map. And the tribute planets. Will they help us? We don't know yet, said Soo-bin, but we're ready to find out. She pressed a button on her computer. A new screen opened. This is the quantum network. When we turn it on, it will connect all tribute planets at once. The Council won't be able to stop it or even know it exists. Hae-nul took a deep breath. And what will we tell these planets? The truth, said Do-hyun, that the Council is weak. That together, we can stop paying tribute. It's a big risk, said Ji-woo. If they don't join us, we fight alone. We might fight alone anyway, said Hae-nul. But at least we'll know we tried everything. She looked at Soo-bin. Turn it on. Soo-bin pressed a button. The room went quiet. For a long minute, nothing happened. Then the screen began to show new signals. 1, then 5, then dozens. It's working, said Soo-bin. The quantum links on the Council ship are connecting to devices on other ships, and those ships are going to other planets. Send the message, said Hae-nul. Soo-bin typed quickly. The message was simple. Asterisk from Earth. The Council lies. They are weak. We say no to tribute. Join us asterisk. They added data about the Council's true strength and a way to reply using the quantum network. Now we wait, said Do-hyun. They didn't wait long. Within an hour, the first reply came from a planet called Zorva. Asterisk, we have paid tribute for 200 years. Our world is dying. We will join you asterisk. Then another message and another. By nightfall, 15 planets had answered. All wanted to stop paying tribute. It's working, said Hae-nul, her voice full of hope. We're not alone. Soo-bin checked her screen. The Council is calling. They want our answer now, not tomorrow. They know something is happening, said Ji-woo. They just don't know what. Hae-nul stood up straight. Tell them we will give our answer in person. Tomorrow, as planned. And tonight? Asked Do-hyun. Tonight we prepare for war, said Hae-nul. Because once we say no, they will attack. Soo-bin looked at her screen again. More planets were joining the network. Maybe not, she said. Look at this. The screen showed a new message from a planet called Nith. Asterisk, we have soldiers on Council ships. When you say no, we will act asterisk. Hae-nul smiled. So we're not just starting a fight. We're starting a revolution. All because of one word, said Do-hyun. No, said Soo-bin. All because we refuse to be afraid. Do-hyun and Ta-yang stood in the shuttle bay, ready to go up to the Council ship one last time. They wore special suits that hid small weapons. In Do-hyun's pocket was a small black box that Soo-bin had made. Remember, said President Hae-nul, say our answer clearly. Then press the button and get back to the shuttle as fast as you can. What if they stop us? Asked Ta-yang. They won't, said General Ji-woo. The other tribute planets will help. Just be ready to run. Soo-bin stepped forward. The button will send our signal to all the quantum links at once. Every tribute planet will get the message that it's time. Do-hyun nodded. We understand. Hae-nul looked at both men. You are very brave. All of Earth is proud of you. The shuttle took off. As they flew up to the big alien ship, Do-hyun looked at Earth below them. The blue planet looked peaceful from space. He hoped it would stay that way. "We're doing the right thing," said Ta-yang. "Better to fight than live as slaves." The shuttle docked at the council ship. Guards took them to the big round room. All 7 council members waited there. Sath looked angry. "Where is the tribute?" Sath demanded. "We do not see your ships bringing payment." Do-hyun stepped forward. "I bring Earth's answer to your demand." "This should be interesting," said another council member. This one had skin like metal. "Earth has thought carefully about your request," said Do-hyun. "We understand that the council is powerful and rules many worlds." "Yes, yes," said Sath. "Now, about our tribute. Our answer is one word." Do-hyun stood tall. "No." The room went silent. Then Sath stood up, eyes glowing with anger. "You dare refuse the council? Your world will burn for this." Do-hyun pressed the button in his pocket. "I don't think so." Suddenly, alarms began to sound throughout the ship. A voice came over speakers in a language Do-hyun didn't understand. The council members looked confused. "What is happening?" demanded Sath. "A rebellion," said Do-hyun. "Not just on Earth. On every tribute planet." Ta-yang pointed to the big window. Outside, they could see small ships attacking the council vessel. But these weren't Earth ships. They came from other worlds. "Impossible," said the metal-skinned council member. "The tribute planets can't work together. They have no way to talk to each other." "They do now," said Do-hyun. "Thanks to us." More alarms sounded. Then the door burst open. 3 aliens rushed in with weapons, but they didn't attack Do-hyun and Ta-yang. Instead, they pointed their guns at the council. "The engine room is ours," said one of the aliens. "The ship's weapons are shut down." Sath stood up, shaking with rage. "You will all die for this. The council has ruled for 10,000 years. We cannot be defeated by tribute worlds." More rebel aliens came into the room. The council members backed up, suddenly afraid. "It's time to go," Do-hyun said to Ta-yang. They headed for the door. "Stop them," shouted Sath. "Let them go," said one of the rebel aliens. "They gave us our freedom. Earth is our friend now." Do-hyun and Ta-yang ran back to the shuttle bay. All around them, they saw fighting. Council guards against rebels from tribute planets. But the rebels were winning. They reached their shuttle and took off fast. As they flew back to Earth, they saw an amazing sight. The big council ship was dark in many places. Small ships from different worlds attacked it from all sides. "We did it," said Ta-yang. "We started a war." "No," said Do-hyun. "We started a revolution." Back on Earth, Subin watched her screens with President Hae-nul and General Ji-woo. The quantum network was full of messages from tribute planets. All of them were fighting back. "What happens now?" asked Ji-woo. Hae-nul looked at the screens. "Now we help our new friends, and we make sure the council never threatens anyone again." Subin smiled. "All because of one word." "No," said Hae-nul. "The most powerful word in any language." 3 days after the rebellion started, Earth got bad news. 5 large council ships were coming. They had escaped the fighting in other parts of space and were heading straight for Earth. "They want revenge," said General Ji-woo in the war room under Seoul. "They will try to punish us for starting the rebellion." President Hae-nul looked at the star map. The red dots showing council ships were getting closer. "How long do we have?" 2 days, said Subin. She looked tired but determined. "But we're not alone now." The quantum network screen showed messages from many planets. Ships from 12 different worlds were coming to help Earth. But would they arrive in time? "What weapons do the council ships have?" asked Do-hyun. Subin showed them data from the quantum network. "They have energy beams that can hit targets on the ground. They can destroy cities." The room went quiet. Then Minho, one of Subin's engineers, stood up. "We have a plan," he said. "We can't fight their big ships directly, but we can use our quantum links in a new way." He showed them a small device. "This can send a quantum signal that will shut down their engines for a short time. But we need to get it very close to their ships." "How close?" asked Jiwoo. "Inside their defense shields," said Subin. "Someone would have to fly right up to each ship." Do-hyun nodded slowly. "A suicide mission?" "Not necessarily," said Minho. "We've built small, fast ships. If the pilots are good enough, they might get away after placing the device." Hanul looked at the star map again. "We need 5 teams, 1 for each council ship." "I'll lead one," said Do-hyun. "And I'll take another," said Jiwoo. By the next day, 5 small, fast ships were ready. Each had a team of 3 people, a pilot, a weapons officer, and someone to place the quantum device. They waited in Earth orbit, hidden behind the moon. The quantum network brought more news. Ships from tribute worlds were fighting council forces all across the galaxy. Many planets were now free, but the 5 ships coming to Earth were the biggest and strongest in the council fleet. "They're here," said Subin on the radio. All 5 teams could hear her from their small ships. The council ships appeared at the edge of the solar system. They were huge, each one bigger than the largest city on Earth. They moved slowly toward Earth, their engines glowing with strange energy. "Begin the mission," said President Haenul from the command center. The 5 small Earth ships flew out from behind the moon. They were so small that the council ships didn't see them at first. "Team 1, approaching target," said Do-hyun from his ship. He was with Mei-Ray as pilot and Tai-yang to place the device. The small ship flew fast toward the biggest council vessel. It was so close now that it filled their whole view. "They've seen us," shouted Mei-Ray. "They're firing." The small ship shook as energy beams passed close by. But Mei-Ray was a great pilot. She flew between the beams, getting closer and closer to the huge ship. "We need to get inside their shields," said Tai-yang. "Just a little closer." Mei-Ray pushed the ship harder. Alarms sounded as the temperature rose inside. They were so close to the council ship now that they could see individual windows and doors. "Now," shouted Do-hyun. Tai-yang pressed a button. A small pod shot out from their ship and attached to the council vessel. Then Mei-Ray turned hard, flying away as fast as possible. "Device placed," Tai-yang called over the radio. From the 4 other Earth ships came the same message. All 5 devices were in place. "Activate now," ordered Haenul from Earth. Subin pressed a button. The quantum signal went out to all 5 devices at once. The effect was immediate. The huge council ships suddenly went dark. Their engines stopped. They drifted in space, powerless. "It worked," shouted Subin. "They're disabled." On the star map, new dots appeared. Green ones this time. Ships from the tribute worlds had arrived. They surrounded the helpless council vessels. "Earth, this is Captain Zorn of Zorva," came a voice over the quantum network. "We have your back. The council will never threaten anyone again." In the command center, people cheered and hugged each other. President Haenul smiled with tears in her eyes. "Tell all our teams to come home," she said. "The real work begins now." 3 months after the battle, Do-hyun stood in a huge room that once belonged to the council. The round table with 7 seats was gone. In its place was a large open circle with chairs for representatives from many worlds. Today was a special day. Leaders from 26 planets that once paid tribute to the council were meeting for the first time as equals. Do-hyun looked around the room with pride. Earth had helped make this happen. "Nervous?" asked Tai-yang, who stood beside him. "A little," said Do-hyun. "I never thought I'd be an ambassador to other worlds." President Haenul walked in with Subin and General Jiwoo. Haenul now led not just Earth but the human delegation to this new gathering of planets. "It's time," she said. "Are we ready?" Do-hyun nodded. "The new agreement is prepared. All worlds have read it. Hanul took a deep breath and walked to the center of the circle. Leaders from many different species watched her. Some looked like humans. Others had very different shapes and colors. But all were here as free people. Friends, Hanul began. 3 months ago, we were all tribute worlds. The council took what they wanted and left us poor and afraid. Today, we meet as equals. A tall blue alien stepped forward. This was Zorn from Zorva, who had helped in the final battle. "We owe Earth great thanks," said Zorn. "Your people showed us that the council was not as strong as they seemed. You gave us the courage to fight, and the means to talk to each other," added another alien with 4 arms. "Your quantum network changed everything." Hanul smiled. "We all fought together. Now we must build together." Subin stepped forward with a small box. Inside was a new kind of quantum link, bigger and more powerful than the first ones. "This is the central link," she said. "It will connect all our worlds permanently. No one can shut it down or listen to it without permission. With this link, we will trade and learn from each other," said Hanul. "No more tribute. No more taking. Just sharing and helping." "What about the council members?" asked a small green alien. "The ones who survived." Jewu answered this question. "They are in prison on their home world. Their own people are watching them. They will never rule again." Do-hyun stepped forward now. It was his turn to speak. "We have a new agreement for all worlds to sign," he said. "It has 3 simple rules. First, all planets are equal. Second, no one can take from another world without permission. Third, we will all help each other in times of need." One by one, the leaders came forward to sign the agreement. Earth signed first, then Zorva, then all the other worlds. When it was done, they had created something new, the Galactic Congress. As the meeting ended, Hanul found Do-hyun looking out a window at the stars. "What are you thinking?" she asked. "About how much has changed," he said. "A few months ago, we were alone. We thought the council would destroy us. Now we have friends across the galaxy. All because we said one word," said Hanul. "No," agreed Do-hyun. "Such a small word to change so much." Subin joined them at the window. "It wasn't just the word. It was the idea behind it. That people should be free. That no one has the right to take from others. And that together, we're stronger than alone," added Taiyang. Outside the window, ships from many worlds flew past. They were not warships now, but trading vessels and science ships. People from different planets were learning from each other, sharing what they knew. "What happens next?" asked Subin. Hanul smiled. "We explore, we learn, we build. There's a whole galaxy out there, and now it's open to all of us." Do-hyun nodded. The future looked bright. Earth had not only saved itself, but helped free many worlds. And it all started with one simple word that humans had always been good at saying when faced with bullies and tyrants. No, the most powerful word in the galaxy.